First, we begin with the opposing Nauset girls soccer roster. Number 11, Olivia Avelar. Number 4, Caroline Bothfield. Number 0, Abigail Cahill. Number 3, Madeline Cockero. Number 20, Emma Enos. Number 23, Darian Falk. Number 19, Molly Farrell. Number 1, Haley Jackson. Number 9, Caroline Kennard. Number 12, Caroline Lavati. Number 8, Margaret Manganaro. Number 5, Samantha McIsaac. Number 7, Alexis Montalo. Number 16, Georgiana Orlandella. Number 14, Violet Roche. Number 17, Cameron Rose. Number 2, Ali Sapala. Number 13, Elise Sapala. Number 6, Audrey Silva. Number 21, Elizabeth Stewart. Number 15, Mackenzie Still. Number 10, Tess Williams. And number 24, Caroline Kennelly. Head coach Evan Botting and varsity assistant coach Don Johnson. Now time for your Auburn Rockets. Number 0, Piper Doan. Number 1, Caitlin Taylor. Number 3, Caitlin Baker. Number 10, Haley Banukowitz. Number 19, Allison Brunzel. Number 6, Kaylin Courtney. Number 23, Ren Kurowitz. Number 14, Molly Grandazzo. Number 24, Janae Moulton. Number 4, Anna O'Connor. Number 2, Annika Berg. Number 5, Rachel Bowling. Number 17, Lila DeLongchamp. Number 9, Juliana Fortunato. Number 13, Natalie Frazier. Number 8, Molly Hilditch. Number 12, Julia Rochford. Number 15, Julia Rucco. Number 18, Nora Staley. Number 11, Peyton McCarraher. Number 7, Alexis Nordman. And double zeros, Katie Valentine. Last but not least, your game today is officiated by Scott Nevers and Mark Lamoureux. We welcome you to the first playoff game, and we ask all those willing and able to please stand for the national anthem. Hello, everyone, and happy Saturday. We're joined here today for the first playoff game for states. It's going to be your Auburn Rockets versus opposing Nauset. I don't know their mascot, so we're just going to call them Nauset. I'm joined today by Paul. Paul, what do you have to say?
Hey everybody, it's good to be with you today, and I think this is going to be a great game. The girls riding in with a lot of momentum, making it to the final of the CMAS tournament, unfortunately losing to Nipmuc, but it's supposed to be a good game today, and I think they can pull it out.
I'm not sure. Is this a single elimination tournament?
Yes, it is, actually. So it's basically like a March Madness style bracket with basketball, college basketball. You lose, you're out. You win, you move on.
So also going through the playoff bracket is your boys varsity soccer, which Paul's going to tell you guys a little about.
Yeah, so on Thursday night, me and everybody else on the boys soccer team, we played Norton in a very chilly game. We took the lead 1-0 off a goal of Iceland Boscalo. And then Norton, they tied the game 1-1 at right before the end of the game. So we were tied 1-1 heading into extra time, go through both periods in a very intense match, and then we pulled it out on penalties, so we moved on to the next round in states.
That sounds like a very exciting game to watch, and I'm kind of sorry that I wasn't there. So that is kickoff. Immediately stolen away by Nauset forwards. A little breakaway early on, blocked by Caitlin Taylor. That was a great way to steal the momentum right off the bat there. Nauset tried to come out and take it early, but Auburn wasn't going to let that slide. Down the sideline, that's Julia Rochford. Cross up the middle intended for Juliana Fortunato, stolen away by your Nauset defenders. You know what? I say some things, they may not be right, but that's A-okay. So we've done this for the past 2 or 3 games. We're gonna go for a score prediction now. Paul, what do you think the end score is gonna be here?
I am going to say that this game will actually end in a tie 2-2 and then head into penalty kicks.
Oh, you want more penalties?
Who wins there? I cannot say yet.
Ireland, do you have any predictions?
I'm keeping my 1-1 tie.
Ireland says she's going to keep her 1-1 tie. I want there to be action, but I don't want it to be that close in the penalty shots. So I want a tie until like the middle or end of the second half, and I want Auburn to pull it out with just one extra goal to save the game. Score, let's go 2-1. 1-up Ireland. That was a good forward pass. Unfortunately picked up on the far sideline by Nauset. So what we're looking for today is for all of the Auburn starting lineup to be on their A game. We're looking for Janae Moulton to keep her forward passes going. We're looking for Lila DeLongchamp to stay tough on defense, which she's doing right now. We're looking for Haley Benukowicz to pick up those loose balls, as she always does. And hopefully we can kick the ball up to Juliana Fortunato and Molly Hilditch and Caitlin Taylor, and we can get some momentum going our way.
I'm going to add a little something onto my prediction. I'm going to say at least one bench player is going to score a goal today. Someone off the bench, like, say, senior Peyton McCarraher. I think they have the capability to get one in.
I would love to see a bench player score a goal. I think that it would make the Auburn bench, it would make the Auburn crowd, it would make everyone electric, and I think that it would just make the play even better. Forward pass by Molly Hilditch, picked up by the goalkeeper from Nauset. Caitlin Taylor fights for possession. A good poke there. What does that mean, Paul? What does that call mean?
Oh, just a free kick. So Nauset's going to be able to play it into a dangerous position here.
We see 2 goalkeepers. Speaking of goalkeepers, that's senior captain Katie Valentine. But we see 2 goalkeepers suited up for today's game. which we don't usually see someone else wearing the green other than Katie Valentine there.
I bet you at some point it's also just a precaution just to have somebody else dress and be ready.
Janae Moulton down the sideline cross. A little too high for Natalie Frazier to head it in. Shot is up and wide left. I believe that was Julia Rochford and Natalie Frazier. I did forget to mention Natalie Frazier earlier when we were talking about who we were looking to keep an eye out for, but Natalie Frazier has been very, she's been a good force for Auburn offense, and I believe one time she scored 2 or 3 goals just the other day when we were streaming. Pass goes into the Auburn bench.
That was the game against Northbridge, correct?
I believe so. It was right at the opening of the second half, and she got 2 right in the goal there immediately, and it got Auburn up, and it kept them up to the end of the game.
Did she also have that one firecracker where it was complete solo? She takes it to the top of the box and then curls it into the top corner.
Yes, I do believe that definitely was one of them. It was very good placement. We usually see those kicks meant for the top corner. They go over or they go too low, and it goes right to the goalkeeper. But she had beautiful placement, just enough speed to whiz it past the goalkeeper, and it was just a beautiful goal. Down the sideline, it's Caitlin Baker up to Moulton, intended for Hilditch. Caitlin Taylor getting some nice defense up at the midfield mark. Paul's experiencing the bugs. We had this issue. Oh, there's another one. It's very buggy up in here sometimes, and I don't particularly know why. I believe we're missing senior Lexi Nordman today. I didn't see anyone come out when I was announcing 22 people for each roster. That was surely something. And I know I butchered one of the Nauset girls' names. One of the girls' names is Montanalto, Alexis Montanalto. Another Alexis, number 7. That's kind of weird. But I forgot the alto. I said Montalo. But you know what? Everyone butchers my name over the PA, so I'm not... Oh! Moulton takes a fall. No call there. But we did see just the other day, Moulton collided heads with another player. I believe that was also the Northbridge game. And that contact put her out on the bench for a while. And then she came back in, and she was still having a tough time. So hopefully that's all better. And hopefully we don't see many injuries, but we hopefully see no injuries. That's always the worst part of every game. Lila DeLongchamp's the last line of defense. And she keeps that ball away from the goal. While we have you listening, I'm going to do a shameless plug for the Auburn High Drama Club. Come on out tonight, 7 p.m. for the second and last show of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. I'm in it, guys. Please don't make me dress all up like this and embarrass myself for just 100 people.
I saw it last night, guys.
Ireland saw it last night, and she said it was really good. Don't know if you heard that, but I get to be really mean to people, and you don't hear a lot of that on here, except for when I say we're entering Flop City, but hopefully we don't see any of that today either. Hilditch clear, intended for Frazier, into a group of Nauset defenders. Taylor, good forward ball. Picked up by Julia Rochford. Forward pass to Frazier. Good goalkeeper save there. I believe that is Haley Jackson for Nauset.
You keep this pressure up, it's eventually going to break free and we're going to get one.
Yeah, I believe if Auburn can get one of their sideline passes where they just pass the ball up and down the sideline and they keep possession and they get it down there real quick, I believe that could maybe put them ahead early. We're just about 9 minutes down in your first half. 31 minutes remain. Nauset has possession in Auburn backfield. Caitlin Baker takes that down before it even started. That's going to be an Auburn possession. Lila the Longchamp kills that momentum. Auburn defense is very good at regaining possession and killing the momentum that other teams have gained throughout this whole season, and hopefully they keep up that intensity today. Hilditch is really fighting. Passes up to Moulton. Moulton, good forward pass to Frazier. That's going to be a little bit of a breakaway there. No shot off. Ball had a little too much speed on it for Frazier to catch up. Goalkeeper got to it first. I think if Auburn keeps these close plays, this intensity on all sides of the ball, they can definitely get something started. Well, it's not as chilly as it was yesterday, which is always a good thing. You know, fall is really confusing because sometimes it's 30 degrees in the morning and you dress for the morning weather and then suddenly it's 70. I believe it was 80 degrees this past weekend. Last Saturday, 80 degrees. I was out in it. It wasn't fun. I was also playing softball. It was really hot, and then it was pouring buckets on Sunday, so we never got to finish it.
We had a 30-minute rain delay.
Also, you know, back in the Charlie Brown train, you also get to see Zoe dressed up like a dog. My friend Zoe Brulette dressed up as a dog, barking on stage, and I think you all really want to see that, right? Good layout block by Katie Valentine there. Nauset got a shot on goal, but Katie Valentine with a no-fly zone over there. You know, we haven't had to see her lay out a lot. A lot of people haven't even taken shots on Katie Valentine now, but I like to see her being able to showcase her talent and keeping the score to a 0-0.
Looks like just a handball there. So it's going to be an Auburn kick.
Some words of agreement out in the Auburn crowd in front of us there. Moulton comes up for it. You know, Moulton as an outlet for all of these passes is really beneficial for Auburn. I do say this every game, and I'll keep saying it every game that I broadcast for them, but just having that outlet and having Moulton with her heads up, she has a very high soccer IQ, and she knows just where to put the ball and how much speed to put on it to get it where it needs to go. Taylor cross up the middle. I believe that was Kaylin Courtney knocking the ball down with looked like her face.
I think another key factor here, Kaylee, is going to be what are like the emotions on the field of particularly the seniors. Because if you lose this game, any of these games in the state tournament, you're done. That's the end of your high school career.
Absolutely. I feel like if we do happen to see an Auburn loss today, it would definitely be very emotional on the field. And being a senior myself, you do look forward to your senior season, but it always happens so fast. I feel like this fall season has started and ended so fast. And yeah, even if there are only, I believe, 2 seniors here today, but I feel like no one on the team wants to let down their seniors, and that can definitely be some added pressure for both of the teams here. Molly Grandazzo takes the ball without contest. Lila DeLongchamp was on her heels, and Molly Grandazzo was right on her nose, took it out right from under her, and forced a little tumble there. Corner by Auburn. Auburn still has possession. Caitlin Taylor shot sails wide right. The ball was kind of stuck in the air for a moment or two. No one really had possession until it got dished out to Caitlin Taylor, and she took the shot that she was given. She didn't have much room to go with it, and given all of that, I think it was a pretty good shot. Moulton forces Auburn possession. Last line of defense, Lila DeLongchamp boots it out of bounds. Still 0-0 here. We're creeping down towards halfway through your first half. It's going to be Nauset possession on the near sideline in the Auburn backfield. Helditch and Courtney fight for possession. Ball gets booted back to Valentine. Good boot by Benukowitz there, up to midfield. Frazier to Courtney. Good forward pass for Fortunato. Cross intended for Moulton. A little too far forward.
a bit worrying to see the Auburn defense let up a little bit there, but good thing is we still have Katie Valentine back in net, so everything looks smooth sailing in the back for right now.
Good knockdown by Caitlin Taylor there. I think Auburn just needs to find a way to get this ball out of their own backfield and keep it out of there for a few minutes. The Longchamp cross forward. Shot by Nauset there, airs wide left. Still tie game 0-0 with 18 minutes remaining in the first half. Auburn had some momentum on this far sideline, but Nauset boots it out of bounds. Sorry, no. It was Auburn got it out of bounds, so it was Nauset possession, but hopefully Auburn can keep up that momentum that we just saw and hold it for the next 16 minutes.
Janae Moulton has been a really big force so far, Kaylee. She's been basically the brunt of the attack along with Natalie Frazier. So this is good to see, and we have another corner. Maybe we can knock one in.
Definitely. They've definitely been the two to get closest to the goals by receiving those outlets. And hopefully Auburn can keep that momentum that we're seeing. Apparently we were supposed to submit that. Was it to ESPN, Paul? ESPN Top 10?
Yeah, so the Zach Jackson goal that happened a few weeks ago, I'm not sure if we ever got it to ESPN or if just they didn't take it, but it was a great goal, one of the best I've seen so far this year.
It definitely had some traction. I definitely heard about it around school the next day, but I don't know. I was hoping it got into ESPN there. Some subs. That's gonna be Kaylin Courtney out and Julia Rochefort out. That was a nice cross. I believe that was Anna O'Connor up to Janae Moulton. Couldn't quite get a goal in there, but definitely looking promising for Auburn forwards, just leading into 11 minutes remaining in your first half. Breakaway by Nauset. A mix of Lila DeLongchamp and Katie Valentine in the backfield lead to no goal there. Definitely something scary for Auburn defense there.
Yeah, that just seemed like a little miscommunication, but overall a good run there from Olivia Avalar, the Nauset senior who made that run.
Nauset corner kick. That's in the blind spot of the press box here. I can't see her number. I want to see who that was taken by. Shot taken by Caroline Kennard, senior captain. Nauset possession at the midfield. Still tie 0-0 game. We're about 3/4 of the way done with the first half now. Just under 9 minutes remain. That's going to be Nauset possession in front of the Auburn bench. This is your first time in for the game here. I believe I just saw, yeah, Peyton McCarraher. That's going to be her first sub in today. Hopefully we're going to see some bench player goal in the last few minutes of the first half, like Paul predicted. Far shot scooped up by Katie Valentine. Fancy footwork by Fortunato to get a long pass up to the midfield. You've seen a lot of work in the backfield by Lila DeLongchamp today. And she always has some very nice defense. She always ends up being the last line of defense, and she always delivers on getting rid of the ball and killing all the momentum.
Yeah, I like Lila DeLongchamp as a sweeper, as we call it. One that's always there just to make sure nothing gets past the last line of defense and to make life a lot easier for Katie Valentine.
Julia Rochford forces a tumble. Got some Nauset subs. Sub singular. Julia Rucco comes in for Auburn.
That's what you like to see there with that connection with Janae Moulton and, just check my notes, Julia Rochford.
Hilditch and McCarraher looking to get something started. Still going to be Auburn possession on the near sideline. Just over 3 minutes remain in the first half. Still scoreless. Lyle the Longchamp clears the ball and stops the movement. Nauset possession in the Auburn backfield on the near sideline. You never want to see back and forth right in front of the goal line. But Auburn comes out of it unscathed. A good forward pass. Good ball there by Janae Moulton. Recovered by the goalkeeper. Molly Hilditch has a little contact there. No call.
Yeah, it's just a little frustration. You see it boil over every now and then. As in, I believe Auburn's been the better team so far here. Just haven't been able to quite capitalize just yet. But these runs from Nauset really make you nervous.
It's going to go out of bounds by Nauset there. Auburn's going to regain possession in the backfield.
It's going to be one of the last chances in the half for either team to grab a goal here.
Yeah, we've just reached the final 2-minute mark. And still going to be Nauset possession. Auburn looks to regain, creeping towards the midfield.
Offsides, I think.
Whatever that call was leads to Auburn possession. I believe that is Molly Grandazzo. And that's going to be the end of your first half. Still scoreless.
That was a good half to watch. A little frustrating on both sides as we're not able to get a goal yet. But it is coming, I believe. It's gonna happen at some point. And we'll just see who will strike first blood in the second half.
And that's where we leave you. Come back in 10.
And we're underway here, second half. What do you say, Kaylee? Hopefully we see more second half absolute domination like we've seen in past weeks.
I do feel like Auburn comes out stronger in the second half than they do in the first, especially with the pep talks they are getting in the huddles. But hopefully Auburn comes out and they're just a little more focused and they're a little more dialed in and they can get it started and keep dominating the second half. Haley Banukowitz forces a tumble.
I'm going to be honest, I'm getting a little worried seeing how disorganized it appears to be for a little right now. Hopefully we can figure it out defensively. Yeah, that was definitely a foul. I'm actually surprised the ref didn't play advantage there, though, because usually if the attacking team does get fouled but they still have possession and keep going, the ref will play advantage and then call the foul after the plays reach its conclusion.
Hopefully Auburn defense can lock in and funnel the ball up to Natalie Frazier and hopefully keep the ball out of their backfield, which has been in for the entirety of the second half. Good defense by Katie Valentine, 5 minutes in.
Auburn's looking pretty flat right now. I think they just got to pick it up a little bit and they'll be all right. We just need to see that intensity that we saw in the first 40 minutes.
Caitlin Baker has definitely come out this half ready to play, but I can't really say the same for the rest of the Auburn roster.
Think you just need a spark here. Maybe someone makes a good tackle or somebody makes a nice long through ball. Like here. Like this is a good spark.
Rochford catches up, cross to. That was Molly Hilditch. Corner. Doesn't amount to anything.
I think another thing you can do here if you're the Rockets, pepper their goalie. Their goalie seems a little bit frazzled at the moment. Like she's taking a while to determine where the ball flight's going and with like what she's gonna do with the ball when she gets it. So, like here we go. Janae Moulton.
Grandazzo has to pass it back to Valentine. Auburn goes from putting this pressure on Nauset, and then it immediately gets turned right back around in their face. Wow, the long time takes a tumble there. But then makes someone else take a tumble, so, all's well that ends well. But the momentum and the pressure has definitely been very back and forth. And I feel like once one team gets started with it, I feel like that's the team that's going to take the game with them.
Yeah, as soon as somebody strikes first blood and gets a goal here, that's going to be big towards the outcome of this game. Because now you put the other team on the ropes, you're all the way on the attack, you have all the momentum in a game that's been very, almost like a match tug of war.
This game has definitely been very physically aggressive. You know, you see a lot of contact by Molly Hilditch. You see a lot of people on the ground. And honestly, that's just kind of the way it goes, especially when you get to playoffs and you're playing teams that are more evenly matched. That's just the way it's going to be.
Here comes Caitlin Taylor. Looks like that took a deflection. Should be a corner. Yeah, I believe that's going to be a corner. You can hear the student section getting into it right now, trying to give this team a spark right now. Ooh, dodged a bullet there.
Number 3 defenders. That shot. Come on now.
I think Auburn just needs to pick up the intensity as well, because right now we don't seem very either focused or just not very hasty in trying to getting a goal. Just trying to play for, like, the tie, it almost seems like.
Molly Hilditch has got the locks on. Like, she is not wanting to let up any goals down there in the defense. And if everyone had that same mentality, maybe it wouldn't be as stuck in the backfield as it is right now.
This could also open up a counterattack, though. Like, look at the positives here. Yes, we're getting logged down here in our own defensive third, but who knows? Maybe just one play we'll see, I don't know, Natalie Frazier, Janae Moulton, maybe even Caitlin Taylor on the right side, break free, have a lot of space, start the counterattack, and maybe get a goal from there. And here we
I
go.
think if Auburn changes the mentality from coming out ready to deflect to coming out ready to strike, then I really think that they can get that intensity up. It only really takes one person in one play, one well-placed pass, and you're all set, and it gets everyone back in the game. But if nothing's happening and no one is willing to start it up, some cheers from the fans section.
This is what we need. Maybe get something into a good area for it. Maybe something will come out of it. Here we go. Oh!
Just over the top bar there. I think hopefully if that, just because that play was so close, hopefully it gets everyone in the mentality of we're not behind. We can come back from, they're not even behind. They can just come back. And hopefully they'll be the ones to get it started and not wait for Nauset to be the ones to have to get it started. seeing Caitlin Baker on for Molly Hilditch.
That's a great fight there from Julia Rochford. Even something like that, like just win the little things, and eventually the big things will come.
I think just the fact that Auburn is maintaining possession in the Nauset backfield can hopefully bring something to follow. And we've seen some good dribbling. We've seen some good plays, some good passes. And hopefully by winning those little things, as you said, then they'll get the big things, and that's just a goal. We're just about halfway through the second half here. Still scoreless.
On another bright side, even though like it's not on the field, it's for us here in the booth. One of our predictions has to be correct today.
So far, all of the tie predictions are correct. I don't know if we're going to see 3 goals in 20 minutes since it's been about 60 and we've seen 0. So we'll definitely see.
This is good ball movement that we're seeing, though, playing it out of the back and then moving it across the field, and that's a great move. Yeah, we're going to have a stoppage for that.
That was just a block to the face, you know. We see a bunch of them, but I think that was like right from the bottom up and it hit her right in the bottom of the nose, and I think it just shocked her. Anytime you get hit in the face with anything, it's really just a shocking like feeling. And especially when the ball, like that was like a full pass shot. Like they wound up for that, and that went right into her nose. That surely can't feel good. Shot's just a little too high. I feel like we are seeing a surge in like shots on goal being taken from both sides, from both teams here. And I think that they're both like just clawing to be the person to get this started. Miley Frazier gets some contact and takes a tumble from it. I feel like also contact's getting a surge. You know, you don't love, I mean, sometimes you love to see contact, but this isn't football. They're not like amply protected for contact, so hopefully that dies down a little.
Yeah, always late in a game like this, close game especially, it's always going to get a little chippy on both sides because both teams are just, like you said, clawing to get any chance at goal at this point.
Cross is picked up by Molly Grandazzo in the Auburn backfield. Recovered by, that was number 19, Molly Farrell from Nauset. She's a junior. We're going to see a Nauset corner kick here.
Probably just
think
took a collision in the box, right?
Yeah, I think she just took that shot right to the gut and maybe got the wind knocked out of her. You know, they sting, especially because it's not warm. It's definitely not warm. It's a little chilly. Anytime you play any sport and it's cold, if you get hit with a ball or you catch a ball, that's going to sting.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the abdomen, and you also lose your breath and it's stinging. Like,
Yeah.
It's very tough.
Good to see that she's back up and walking, though.
I believe it's a free kick for Nauset. Oh my gosh. Katie Valentine comes out of the crease to try and take that one out of the air, but the Nauset forwards headed it down, and it just skimmed the top of that crossbar there. Very close, very scary for Auburn. We've just hit the 15-minute mark remaining in your second half, and hopefully we don't see as many close calls as we just did.
That was good aggressiveness there from Kitty Valentine. And quite frankly, it was the right move because if she just stood there and let the header happen, a goal could have come out of it. But luckily it didn't.
Yeah, if Katie Valentine waited for that ball to come down, it would have been far out of her reach. That's Molly Hilditch back in for Kaylin Courtney. Hopefully she keeps her intensity back. And it looks like she's ready to go. hopefully she can be a good outlet and a good fire starter and get the sparks going for Auburn.
You could see there also the ref played advantage because he extended both of his arms in a motion. That's what signifies that advantage is being played, because as you saw, Natalie Frazier took a tumble. And advantage is basically just, I think I explained it earlier, but I'll explain it again. Basically, when the offense is attacking still and they get fouled, but they keep going with the attack, the ref will keep the play going until it reaches conclusion and then go back to the foul.
You know, you learn new things every day. Nauset regains possession, but Auburn trying to keep a spark going their way.
We're about to hit the 10-minute mark, and I bet you tensions are getting really high on both benches and on the field for all the players. Because, as we said earlier, if you lose this game, like in this case, if you're the first one to concede, you're out. That's your season.
Natalie Frazier got a little momentum, got tripped up on the turf. I feel like we've seen a lot of people getting tripped up on turf today. But if this game ends 0-0, we're going to go to shootouts, aren't we, Paul?
I think we have 2 10-minute extra time periods, and then we go to the shootout.
That would surely be something interesting to watch. That was a good save by Nauset goalkeeper. Finally get a call there. Auburn fans are excited about getting a call, something they feel like they haven't been getting thus far. But that's going to be an Auburn free kick.
This is a prime position to put a dangerous ball into the box and maybe get a goal here. Just outside the penalty box. Got a lot of people waiting in there. And hopefully we get a lucky touch or whatever it is, and we get a goal from this.
It's Molly Grandazzo taking the kick. A little too high on it.
Looks like she went for the shot there. Awkward angle, good effort, just a little too high.
Another tumble. I don't know if it's the turf or if it's like tripping up between feet or But we've seen a lot of people on the ground. We've seen a lot of people tripping when they have good momentum going. A good forward pass.
Yeah, I think going back to that last play, I think Kaylin Baker just tried to like roll the ball over with her foot, and she just got too much of it and lost her footing.
Frazier keeps the ball in bounds, but Nauset regains possession. Molly Grand does it with some fancy footwork to regain possession.
Here comes Jenny Moulton. Here comes Natalie Frazier. Ooh, and the shot gets blocked.
Some back and forth, but it looks like it looks like Auburn takes possession there, but it looks like Nauset's gonna take possession.
Yeah, I think just got a little bit of a shove while they were going up for the header.
Auburn crowd's not very happy with that call. We're ticking down to the 5-minute mark that remains in your second half. No call there, much to the Nauset dismay.
I think that was a good call to let it play, but boy, that could have been bad. That was in the box. If that was called, that would have been a PK. Here comes Jenny Moulton. She beats the defender.
Shot!
And it's a goal!
Auburn goal in the last 4 minutes.
What a great solo goal there from Janae Moulton.
Goal from Janae Moulton. A good forward pass. Gives her the means to get that first goal of the game in the final 3.5 minutes. I believe we have an injury from Nauset. Ireland. Okay, I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes sneak peek. Ireland had the audio headphones on, and me and Paul were screaming into the microphones, and we deafened her. She had to take the headphones off and put them around her neck. We're going to have a timeout now. Ireland's crying because her ears are bleeding. But that was an electric play from Auburn to get it started in the last 4 minutes of the game.
Just keep in mind, though, this game absolutely is not over yet. You have to stay composed if you're Auburn. Yeah, great goal there from Janae Moulton. That's one of the best solo goals I've seen this year. Zach Jackson probably takes the cake, but still, what a goal. And you just have to stay composed. Defense has to stay organized. Just keep your head into the game for, like, the last 3.5 minutes, and you'll be fine. You'll be heading to the next round of the States.
I think that Auburn defense definitely needs to stay composed, and I think that if they just bear down and keep their composure and they keep the ball not in their backfield, I think that Auburn can hopefully take this home. I know that Nauset's definitely feeling the effects of that goal a little bit, because this can very well be the end of their season. It could be the end of either one of these team seasons at any moment.
Yeah, Nauset's going to be coming full guns blazing here, trying to get this tying goal.
If they weren't eager before, if they weren't coming out fiery before, they're definitely going to come out hot now. And we're just under the 3-minute mark, and Auburn just needs to keep it together. That's going to be Nauset possession. Nauset free kick. Sorry, I'm mixing my words.
It's a dangerous area. Hopefully we can just get it out of here.
The Auburn crowd's getting real fired up, even more so than before, looking to keep... Nauset scores to tie the game back up right before the 2-minute mark. You can hear the Nauset fans from the other side of the bleachers here. Paul is absolutely speechless.
Oh.
Auburn did not bear down. If Auburn can't pull out another goal in these next 2 minutes, then we're going to be going into a 10-minute overtime. They got a little too in their head, and they got a little too in the we're already going to win mindset, and now it's tied back up. It's the same thing as if it was a 0-0 game just 3 minutes ago. This is one of the most crazy games I think I've ever seen. Maybe not ever, but broadcasted, since we haven't been doing that for very long. Natalie Frazier Can't quite make it a breakaway down the sideline. Caitlin Baker, cross up the middle, booted into the air by Nauset. Auburn looking to keep possession. It comes back down. Natalie Frazier alone in the corner. Shot airs wide left. Auburn can't take these shots that are wasting time. If they take the shot, it goes out of bounds. It's going to be Nauset possession. They need to keep calm. They need to make that extra pass, and they need to take good shots on goal. It wasn't necessarily a bad shot on goal, but she was a little too covered to get a good shot that she would consider good off.
Maybe even could have considered a cross there into the middle to try and find somebody.
Absolutely. See a little bit of blue and that sea of yellow here. Ball's booted back to the Auburn end zone. I believe it's going to be a pass back to Katie Valentine. No. Molly Grandazzo decides to keep it. Auburn possession. Haley Benukowitz is going to throw it in. We no longer have a running time. Only the refs know the real time now, but we're definitely approaching 1 minute. And if Auburn can't buckle down and pull out a goal, then we're going to be going into overtime. Pass to the far sideline to Anna O'Connor. Cross hits the right side of the post there. I don't know if Auburn's going to get another chance at taking a shot on goal because we don't know how much time. We don't know exactly how much time it is. So if Auburn really needs to contain Nauset in this last drive here. And if Auburn can take it back, maybe they can bring it back to a 2-1, which would be my prediction, which I didn't think we were ever going to get to. Booted into the air, and O'Connor kicks it out of bounds by the Auburn bench. That ball is going to roll into the woods and into the stream under the bridge.
We're never getting it back.
It's going to be wet. It's going to be muddy. You don't want to use that ball anymore. A little back and forth in front of the Auburn bench. I believe it's going to be Auburn possession again. O'Connor into Hilditch. You need I think the refs are counting down.
Yeah, countdown
in the last
started
10
in the last 10
seconds.
seconds.
They can't get a shot off here. We're going into overtime. Oh, and that's it.
Oh boy, extra time.
We're going into overtime here. That's the end of the regular game. Tied 1-1. So for now, we have a 5-minute break and then a 10-minute overtime period. So we're going to have a 5-minute break for both teams here. And then there's going to be a new coin toss to see who gains possession. And then a 10-minute sudden death period. This is only really does happen in playoff games because they're evenly matched. They have even numbers, and they've beat many people to get here. And it's not a regular season game where you could be playing someone whose skill level is very much below yours. And I think that Auburn wasn't really anticipating it as much as they should have been. And when they did get that lead, they let it go just because it's the last 3 minutes. Like, how are they ever going to come back? And then they just so happened to come back. So we're going to leave you here for now. We have 4 minutes left of this break. And then join us for sudden death. Welcome back to Sudden Death. Auburn has possession off the kickoff.
Oh, Janae Mullen had an open shot and she skied it.
Natalie Frazier kicks that ball right into the goalkeeper's face, and it gets deflected right into Auburn back again. And they take that open shot on goal, and it skies right over the crossbar. I think Auburn coming out hot like that, if they had done that since the start, or even since the start of the second half, we wouldn't be in this situation. But seeing as we are, and we can't dwell on the past, hopefully Auburn keeps this intensity, and they keep momentum, and they keep coming out hot. Nauset takes a long shot, and it airs over the crossbar again.
Just a quick refresher on the overtime rules. It is going to be 2 10-minute periods. It is a golden goal situation, which means first goal wins. Doesn't matter who scores it. Whoever gets it first is the winner. That's it. So there's 2 periods of that. If it is still tied, then we will go to penalty kicks.
Paul said it earlier. I don't think his mic was on, but this would be his second time of overtime, maybe going to shootouts in the last 3 days, you said?
Yeah, my heart is not built for this. I really can't take this anymore.
I feel like it's not very often that you even see the overtime rules, never mind getting to PKs after it. That would definitely be something.
This is where tension is also very high. I felt it out in Norton, and I can almost feel it from the press box here. Everybody's just trying their best not to make a mistake. If you let go of that and just play your game like you usually do, that's how you're going to win this game. And I hope Coach Parra and Coach Berg can get this into the players' heads and have them ready to come out here and win this overtime.
I think if Auburn can find a way to get the ball. Close play, but I think if Auburn can get the ball into the midfield and maybe into the middle of the backfield, and Janae Moulton can dish it out, I think that's might be our best bet. Or maybe they can make one of their sideline runs, and hopefully that gets them close enough to get a good shot off, and they break the defense enough to get a good shot off.
Here comes Julia Rocheford.
Looking for a cross. Headed.
Oh, and it's a good save by the keeper. Good header from Natalie Frazier. That is out for a corner, though.
That's going to be an Auburn corner kick taken by Molly Grandazzo.
For both sides here, this is your season's flashing before your eyes every single time that ball is going near the net.
This is big pressure. We're approaching the 4-minute mark. Auburn can't knock it down, but they're looking to regain possession on the far sideline. Not quite.
It looks like that's going to be a handball. Her hand's a little too high. Some good pressure by Natalie Frazier as we regain possession in the attacking third. Hopefully we can get lucky here, get a good ball in, and escape here with a win and go on to the next round.
We've reached just under 3 minutes now. Maybe Natalie Frazier. No, there was 3 defenders on her. There was almost no way that she could have broken that. But hopefully Auburn maintains possession and can get a good cross or get a good pass and just get a shot on goal. That was a good play by the keeper coming out to get that ball.
We're approaching the 2-minute mark again.
Anna O'Connor recovers possession on the far sideline, but quickly loses it again. I believe that's a Nauset sub. I can only imagine how Miss Para and Eberg are feeling on the sidelines over there. If we're feeling it from up here, imagine how they're feeling down there in the cold. So much adrenaline going with all the girls out there. It must be intense. Are we back? We're back. Sorry about that. I think we've reached the second overtime. Sudden death. Katie Valentine's already made a save. We just have to struggle to plug the power back in, turn the stream back on, and turn the sound back on. But we're trying to get our live feedback going for you guys.
Here comes Julia Rockford. Oh, and it's a great save by the keeper.
Deflected.
Julia Rochford had the shot of a lifetime opportunity, and it was a great save by the Nauset keeper.
Maybe back?
Yeah.
We're back.
The thing keeps breaking, and we don't necessarily know why. So before it breaks again, we're trying to get snippets in.
Yeah, that's gonna be a handball. She raised her hand up. It's clock stopping. I think we might have a sub.
In era of the thing breaking again, we're not gonna try to do the scoreboard and rather focus on commentating and getting the video right for you.
Boy, tensions are high up here and on the field.
Approaching the 6-minute mark remaining in the second tiebreaker, sudden death. Katie Valentine with a good save.
Wow, that's a great opportunity there.
This game is just electric with these keeper saves, keeping the whole game together. Still tied 1-1. My pizza's getting cold. Long shot. Julia Rochford can't catch up to the ball before the keeper grabs it. Just under 5 minutes left in the second sudden death match, which then goes into PKs.
If it remains scoreless here for the next 5 minutes, we're going to PKs and even more pressure.
If the goalies weren't feeling the pressure now, if we get to PKs, they surely will then, because then it's all them and one shooter.
Janae can't quite keep it in balance there.
Caitlin Baker looks for somewhere to go. Pass back to Anna O'Connor. Sorry, jumbling my words. Caitlin Taylor looks to keep it down. Frazier tries to catch up. Pass up the far sideline. Benukowicz passes to center. Rochford can get a pass off. Pass Moulton. Three minutes remain in the second sudden death. Sorry. I don't know what's sudden victory.
Oh, we had someone cutting outside. If we just looked and switched the field, we might have had a goal there. That's a Nauset throw.
Both teams are buckling down for these sudden victories. No one is letting up. No one's letting up. That was a nasty block to the face. Just approaching the 2-minute mark here. If no one scores in the next 2 minutes, just said it 3 times, but gonna get some PKs, which is gonna be Paul's second in 3 days. Paul is gonna have heart palpitations after this.
Yay, I love heart problems.
Katie Valentine is just being a spark for Auburn by making these saves and communicating with her defense. And hopefully Auburn offense can keep that spark going.
Here comes a corner. Might be one of the last plays in this second overtime as we near the PK shootout that is looming over us at the moment. And my heart problems.
This is a good opportunity for Nauset and hopefully Auburn. Wide right. It soars behind the net and she's hurt. Might be a non-contact injury. It looks like she already has something wrapped around her upper thigh or her knee. So hopefully nothing's re-injured or injured again.
That's the end of the overtime.
And I do believe that that corner was the end of overtime.
No, I don't think upper thigh is just the same region.
Lower thigh. Ireland pointed that out.
Unless there's a winner after 3.
A little update on what's happening now. Overtimes have ended, and now it's best out of 5 PKs unless there's a winner in 3. If we score 2 kicks and they score 1, then we win the game. Still tied 1-1, entering PKs. I believe that's Janae Moulton taking a little lay down on the ground. So I've personally never seen one of these before. Paul has seen one too many this week. But Paul's going to be fully gray by the time he gets in on Monday.
Fully gray.
So we'll see who goes in for the shots for both teams. Goalkeepers Katie Valentine and opposing goalkeeper Haley Jackson are going to have their work cut out for them. The entire Auburn bench comes out for this PK. The crowd is going wild. We haven't had a home one of these in a while. Home PKs. It hasn't gotten this far.
That's so cute.
They're doing a coin toss for the keepers. See who will go first.
I have to imagine Katie Valentine's probably pretty nervous right now because this could very well be her last game if we are to lose. I personally think we have what it takes to win this, though.
Opposing keeper Haley Jackson is a sophomore. She's very talented. She was a very good goalkeeper. She kept her team in this game as well as Katie Valentine keeping her own team. I believe that's number 10 from Nauset taking the first kick, and that's going to be Tess Williams, senior captain. That's two senior captains, one against the other. Tess Williams takes on Katie Valentine. You ready?
12 yards separating both players from a goal and possibly victory or
Student
a
section's
miss.
Sorry to interrupt. Student section's booing Tess Williams now. Katie is ready to go, getting her foot fires in.
And she saves! Katie Valentine saves!
Valentine blocks the first kick. Now it is Haley Jackson's turn. Who is she gonna guard?
Hey, guys.
Oh my, it's Katie Valentine.
Katie Valentine is
Katie
taking her
Valentine
own
taking the PK.
PK.
This is really rare. Goalies usually don't take the PK, but
I
hey, I'm
think
for it.
She has the mentality. She knows what Haley Jackson is gonna do, and she's gonna try to do the opposite.
That's really smart. That's really smart.
Shot is up. Shot is in.
Yeah, let's
Shot
go!
is good.
She's still there.
Katie Valentine could single-handedly win this game for Auburn. That's number 9 for Nauset. Caroline Kennard, also a senior captain. This is the most intense game I think I've ever seen.
I've had 2 of these in the last 3 days.
Katie Valentine's getting her footwork done, getting her feet ready to go. Here's the shot. Made.
That's a great penalty kick there. Credit to Caroline
Tied up
Kennard.
once again, 2-2. Oh my gosh. That's Haley Benukowitz coming to take the second. Oh my gosh.
Come on, Haley!
Let's hear some love for Haley Benukowitz here. Haley Benukowitz is a sophomore.
Imagine the pressure she's feeling right now. I think she's got this, though.
I think if she gets this pressure out of her mind, she can make this. Shot is up. Shot is in!
got it!
Shot is good! Auburn comes up 3-2.
I think Haley Jackson might have even gotten a touch on that, but it was just too much and too good a placement. And now we're up 2-1 in the PK shootout.
This
on
is going to
shot
be,
3.
I believe, number 11, Olivia Avelar. That is another senior captain for Nauset coming to take a shot on Katie Valentine. If Katie Valentine can knock this shot down and we can score the next one, I think I might lose my marbles. Katie Valentine gets her footwork. She gets her feet ready. She's ready to block. Student section's going. Shot is up. Shot is in.
That's another brilliant penalty to the top corner.
That was some good placement. Top right corner. Katie Valentine went down. That's number 12, Julia Rochford, taking on Haley Jackson. Julia Rochford is a junior. I don't know how Paul's going to make it through this because I can't even make it through one. Shot is up. Shot is in! Shot is good! Auburn takes the lead 4-3. Out to shoot for Nauset is number 5, Samantha McIsaac, the other senior captain. All the senior captains are going to get their chance to get a shot in this playoff game.
So it's the 4th penalty. If Katie Valentine saves and then we make, it's over.
All right, here comes the shot. Samantha McIsaac against Katie Valentine. Shot is up. Shot is good.
And that's another good penalty.
That is a tie 4-4 game. Oh my goodness. That is number 4, Molly Grandazzo. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. Anna O'Connor. My sincerest apologies. I added the 1 for Molly. Anna O'Connor is another sophomore. Ireland's shaking in her boots right now. Tied 4-4. Anna O'Connor takes on Haley Jackson here. Sophomore on sophomore. Okay, here comes the shot. Kitty Valentine waits in anticipation. Shot is up.
And it's saved! What a save!
Shot is saved. Haley Jackson, what a save. Nauset fans go wild. I believe that's number 16, Georgiana Orlandella. That is the other senior captain. I think, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There still could be one more. We're all getting heart palpitations up here. I didn't know that I signed up for this when I came here.
Come on, Katie Valentine.
Auburn fans are ready. Shot is up.
And she skied! She skied the penalty!
Skied the ball way over that crossbar. Here comes Molly Hilditch.
This is to win the game.
This is the last shot.
She makes this shot. This game's over. If she misses, we keep going.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Some of the most stress I've ever
This is more stressful than when I play in any game. I've never been this stressed when I played in a game. It's always more stressful watching it. Oh my goodness. Imagine how Molly Hilditch is feeling right now. Oh my goodness.
I couldn't do it.
If she can compose herself to get this shot off. Oh my goodness. Molly Hilditch with the shot.
And it's good! The Rockets win!
Auburn wins! Auburn wins in PKs for the second day. This is the most electric game I think I've ever seen. Student section's on the field. Everyone's running on the field. Oh my goodness gracious. They got a hype circle going. Well, hope you had as much fun watching as we did.
And hopefully you have the heart palpitations like we do as well.
Auburn wins this game 5-4 with a clutch shot from Molly Hilditch and some clutch saves by Katie Valentine. Oh my goodness.
Wow, what a game.
Well, I believe that's all we have for you today. Join us again when Auburn girls soccer and Auburn boys soccer play the next round of the state playoffs. Paul, you got anything else to add?
So boys play on Monday against Oakmont at 6 o'clock. Not here in Oakmont, unfortunately. They're actually the #1 team in the state at the moment.
Oh my goodness.
So that's
You'll definitely get a score update of that on the next thing we
absolutely.
broadcast.
So hopefully the girls have another home game so we can commentate this again and get heart palpitations.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm Kaylee Papierski,
And I'm Paul Vangos.
joined by Ireland Malpass. Have a good night. Come see us tonight at 7 p.m. for Your Good Man, Charlie Brown. Goodbye, everyone.